Hi everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel Microbial Life IWM. My name is Priyanka Raha. In this video series, we will discuss about different type of bacteria, fungi, virus, protozoa, and other different microorganisms which are responsible for different deadly diseases. We will discuss about some microorganisms which are beneficial for human beings, plants, and animals. In this video series, we will only give you brief or basic idea. Later, you will discuss elaborately. So, today's topic is Plasmodium. So, this is a slide of Plasmodium. You can see. So, first of all, introduction of the Plasmodium. So, Plasmodium is a causative agent of malaria. There is a 4 types. 4 Plasmodium species infect human and cause different types of malaria. There are 4 types of Plasmodium. So first name is Plasmodium vivax, second Plasmodium ovale, third Plasmodium malariae, and first and number last Plasmodium falciparum. So this is a body part of the Plasmodium: ribosome, apical end, dense granule, micronemi, microtubules, apicolas, mitochondria, peninsular crystallina, plasma membrane, nucleus. So next point is life cycle and pathogenicity. So this is a life cycle of the Plasmodium. So the parasite also changes through the several life stage, even while in the human host, presenting different antigen at different stage of its life cycle. Understanding which of this can be a useful target for vaccine development has been complicated in the addition. The parasite has developed a series of stages that allow it to confuse, hide, and misdirect the human immune system. Number 1, malaria infection being when an infected female Anopheles mosquito bites a person infected Plasmodium parasite. In the form of sporozoite into the blood serum. Second, the sporozoite pass quickly into the human liver. The sporozoite multiply asexually in the liver cell over the next 7 to 10 days, causing on symptoms. In an animal model, the parasite in the form of merozoites are released from the liver cell in vessels, journey through the heart and arrive in the lungs, where they settle within lung capillaries. The vessels eventually disintegrate, free the merozoites to enter the blood phase of their development. Number 5. In the bloodstream, the merozoite invade red blood cell and multiple again until the cell bursts. Then they invade more erythrocyte. This cycle is repeated, causing fever each time parasite break free and invade blood cell. Number 6. Some of the infected blood cells leave the cycle asexual multiplication instead of replicating the merozoite in this cell develop into sexual form of the parasite called gametocytes that circulate in the bloodstream. Number 7. When a mosquito bites an infected human, it engages the gametocyte, which develop further into mature sex cell called gametes. The fertilized female gametes develop into activity moving ookinetes that burrow through the mosquito midnight wall and form oocyte on the excreted surface. Number 9. Inside the oocyte, thousands of active sporocytes develop. The oocyte eventually burst, releasing sporocytes into the body cavity that travel to the mosquito salivary glands. Number 10. The cycle of human infection begins again when the mosquito bites another person. So the next point is clinical manifestations. The clinical manifestation of malaria depend on a number of different factors, above all the Plasmodium species and immunostatus of the patient. The Plasmodium species with the most pronounced pathogenicity is Plasmodium falciparum, which cause malignant tartan malaria, whereas the other Plasmodium species cause milder forms. Children and adults from non-malarious area, as well as children in endemic region aged 6 months to 3 years are most susceptible to the infection. So this is a breaking cycle with vaccine. So next point is diagnosis process. Malaria parasite can be identified by examining under the microscope a drop of a patient blood spread out as a blood smear. On a microscope slide, prior to examination, the specimen is stained to give the parasite distinctive appearance. Various test kits are available to detect antigen derived from malaria parasite, such as immunochromatographic test most often use a dipstick or Castle format and provide result 2 to 15 minutes. Parasite nucleic acid are detected using polymerase chain reaction. Although this technique may be slightly more sensitive than smear microscopy, it is of limited utility for the diagnosis of actually ill patient in the standard healthcare settings. And last point is treatment. What is the treatment of the Plasmodium? So quinine based therapy is with quinine, sulfate plus doxycycline or clindamycin or 5-methionine sulfoxidine. Alternative therapies are alternative lumefantrine or meldonium. This is a therapy of the or treatment of the Plasmodium. So thank you for watching this video. The details note for this topic is in description box. From there you can download it. If you want to join in our group, you will find the link from the description box. Thank you.